everybody. It's Trevin Reed once again, and the reason why I'm breathing so hard is because I'm actually very excited. I'm so excited to tell you guys about a brand new console that I found today at the swap meet. Yeah, this power player. Now, I don't even know if I'm holding this upside down because I can't even see out of this mask. Oh yeah, this power player. Now these kind of things are things I remember seeing at the swap meet. Let me take this off. Ugh. All right, actually I am holding it upside down. Here's what I hear a lot of shaking in there. I could tell that this is already held together by styrofoam. But yeah, I got this power player console here, and I'm going to actually review this thing because I'm very curious about it. Because I remember, you know, back in the day when I was a little kid, you know, somewhere around 2002 through like 2004, you saw a lot of these at like swap meets and a lot of those like indoor, you know, swap meet places and whatever. But today is the day I finally got one of these. Now this is pretty interesting because this comes with a Sega Genesis controller right here, an N64 controller, and a gun. I'm going to talk about this in just a little bit, so all right, yes, so we got the power player here. Let's see, super joystick and power player gun with 12,000 games in one plug-and-play TV arcade system. So obviously, like I said, N64 controller right there. We also have a Sega Genesis controller, but this is the 6-button Sega Genesis controller. Kind of a mod on that, and a gun, as I've said before. The reason why the gun part kind of interests me is because, you know, you look at it here, and then you look at the pictures here of the gun, and the gun is a different color. It's like green and, you know, more cartoonish. So yeah, power player, super joystick and power play gun, all of your favorite classic arcade games, 1 or 2 players, hours of endless fun, hot games, big value, AC adapter included, and works with any TV. And we got all that down there. It says it takes 4 AA batteries. Actually, I don't know if I actually have AA batteries on me. I'm so used to this new generation where everything requires a charger. I mean, I don't remember the last time I needed, you know, batteries for something, honestly, you know. So yeah, let's open this up. The box is already coming apart. Yeah, and just as I said, held together by styrofoam, and like the styrofoam just looks like it's cut out so crappily. I mean, I know it's like kind of annoying to like review styrofoam, but that's just how I am. Like, I don't know what it is, but something about the way that the styrofoam cuts out just bothers me. It's one of those autistic kind of things, I guess you can say. But honestly, I was pretty surprised about the gun part because the thing about guns is when I was a kid, I was not allowed to have toy guns as a kid. Which, you know, makes sense. Boy, the smell of this, it just smells like, oh man, I don't know. It smells like, what do you call that? What do you call like alkaline? It smells, that's what it smells like. It smells like alkaline, like part of a battery or something. It's really strong. It's kind of like the TV Go-Go, where like it just has that strong scent to it after you pull it out. Because I'm looking at this gun here, and it's like, it looks like it's obviously a toy gun. I wonder how this works, if this works with like light detection or something like that. But what's weird about this is like, this gun looks like it plugs into like with a COM port or something, kind of like with an Atari. You know, like an Atari thing, or a Sega Genesis. And it's got some kind of like corrosion here on the cable. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if that's corrosion or that's part of the styrofoam. But yeah, that's the gun. Honestly, I hate the styrofoam because, like, the thing about styrofoam is, like, styrofoam, if it's not, you know, put together well, then it just gets everywhere. And here's the controller here. And then here's the, oh, shoot. And then here's the AC adapter, the RCA cables. Actually, okay, so these do have 2 RCA ports, but it looks like it only has just 1 port for both, so it doesn't look like it's going to have any stereo, which is going to be a real pain in the butt. And we also have, we also have the actual console here, which is like weird because this is a controller And this is also a controller, but the console, I guess, is this. So I guess this is the console, and it's so stiff. I mean, I don't understand why you even need a, you know, a joystick if you can't even move it. Unless if it's broken or something. Oh, so this takes cartridges. Okay. So I didn't even know that this actually takes cartridges. I don't know if this is like for like a Famicom kind of thing. And then it says, hold on, let me straighten the thing up. It says insert battery pack in the right place. I thought the stuff was like built into the console. So it's like a Famicom port right there. I almost feel like somebody on YouTube's done a review of this and I just don't know about that. It's got like, okay, so you could put the gun in the joystick right there. Or the Sega Genesis controller right here on the top. So this literally is the console. I'm pretty impressed. I mean, I'm almost tempted to open it up and see the inner workings. I mean, I don't know, like this cartridge port, it looks like it's for a, like I said, like a, like maybe like a Famicom or something like that, or maybe Nintendo. I wonder if you could put like a NES cartridge in the back here. It makes me wonder the possibilities of this. And it does come with some instructions. Throw this over here to the side. Comes with some instructions. The question at large is, it has a battery pack, but do you need the battery pack to actually play the games? And are the games actually built in? So the console, the actual console, according to the this manual, is called Super Joy. Yeah, Super Joy, looks like Super Joy 3. Yeah, that's what it looks like, Super Joy 3. What's weird is I see Super Joy and then I see Power Player on this. I'm like, it doesn't really make any sense. I don't know. I mean, maybe, so I guess this is just a Super Joy 3. Super Joy 3, yeah, Super Joy 3. I wonder about 1 and 2. You know, it makes me wonder. But anyways, let's go play this thing or set it up. I hope this actually works. And what I mean by that is like I said, I see a cartridge port here, but I didn't know that you actually needed cartridges for it. They didn't say anywhere on the box about the cartridges, so who knows? I might have got ripped off. All right, I turned the console on, and there we go. We got Super Mario, Paperboy, Defender. Hold on, let me turn the TV audio up. Okay, Super Contra, PacMan. You know what? I'm gonna go for let's just go ahead and just do Super Mario Brothers. Might as well. See how that plays. Let's see. Hit start, I guess. Alright, so we got Super Mario. We got Super Mario in here. And it sounds like it's in PAL format. Okay, it's not running too bad. It's running incredibly fast, though. Like I said, it probably sounds like it's in PAL or something like that. Like it's Super Mario on, like, acid. You know? Quick as hell. There's a lot of interlacing. I mean, obviously this is running through, what do you call that? Like, RCA cable, so don't expect the quality to be like, you know, super HD. I'd hate to play this on an HD screen, though, because it probably wouldn't look that great. But it's Super Mario. It's super... The controls are just so, what do you call it? Stiff. If the controls weren't so stiff, I'd be okay to play this, you know, but the controls is what ruins it. There's a lot of screen tearing, too. Now, this footage... Oh, shoot. This footage that I'm sourcing, I'm actually recording this on a DVD, so before it actually hits my, before it goes into the editing, the reason why I say that is because I don't want, you know, I don't want to give the illusion that, like, you know, this quality looks better or worse You know, because I don't know what it looks like, but yeah, there's a lot of screen tearing on this. But at least the games are built in, but it does make me wonder about that cartridge port in the back. Like I said, I think there was a YouTuber who did a video on this same device, and they probably did go ahead and talk about the cartridge device on it. So, you know. But like I said, it's Super Mario Brothers, but it's moving like super fast. Again, it's probably in like another region, like PAL or something like that. Again, that's something you just got to get used to with all these bootleg consoles. And I'm playing right now with the actual console itself, and what I mean by that is with the N64 cartridge. I mean, again, if it wasn't for, you know, kind of the resolution of the game, I'd probably be okay with this. I mean, this isn't terrible. I mean, it's still Super Mario Brothers, you know. So I'm not really complaining or anything like that. I mean, I guess there's like way worser ways to play Super Mario Brothers. You know what I mean? Honestly, this is a game I actually really like the Game Boy Color version of Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers Deluxe. Ah, crap. Man, this level. I've beaten this level millions of times, but obviously I'm getting hurt. The joystick, you know, that, you know, N64 joystick, you cannot use it. So it does not register or work at all. It's just there for decoration, I guess. Ah, shoot. Gosh, darn it! Ugh. I'm terrible at this. I'm terrible. Well, actually, I've beaten this game quite a few times. Ah, I'm jinxing myself. Alright, that's enough of Super Mario. So Super Mario works. Let's go for some Duck Hunt, because I'm going to plug in the gun. Well, actually, you know, before I do that, I got to turn the console off, and then I'll plug the gun in, because I think in the instructions they tell you they tell you not to, there we go. A little bit of delay on the console. I'm gonna go for Duck Hunt. With Duck Hunt, you could use that with the gun. I forget what this you have to actually play, what's weird is like, okay, I'm hitting start. Alright, I don't even know how this gun works. And I'm playing on a CRT, by the way, for anybody, you know, wondering. Okay, I'm shooting the duck. Ah, you son of a bitch. Sorry about the cussing. I remember the Siskel and Ebert, like, what do you call it? The Siskel and Ebert Holiday Guide. I can't even hit one duck. I can't hit one duck. I can't hit one duck with this gun. I can't hit one duck. But I remember the Siskel and Ebert, when, like, they were talking about, like, the NES. And, like, Gene Siskel literally schools Roger Ebert on that. Because, like, he's able, like, Gene Siskel was able to, like, just play Duck Hunt, like, flawlessly, you know? And he was just, like, showing Roger, like, how he did it and all. And it's like, I was really impressed that Gene Siskel had some serious skill on, like, Duck Hunt. Especially because Roger couldn't hit one duck. And it made me laugh, too, because Roger's all like, oh, I got one. I can't get any. You know, I can't get any. I don't know if the gun's not working or I just don't have it in the right spot. But I can't shoot one duck. And I mean, I know to begin with, like, the NES, there we go. Oh, so that's how you do the tooth duck thing. You just shoot it. And I know to begin with like, the NES light gun itself isn't really the greatest thing. Isn't really the greatest thing to shoot at anyways. I mean, or wasn't really the greatest device anyways. But it's all light gun. And the thing is, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to do the light bulb thing in a little bit. I'm going to have to do the light bulb thing. Because I can't get one duck. I can't get one duck. Maybe the CRT just isn't... Okay, well, I saw where I shot. Because the thing is like, because it's light gun, you know, you could actually see where you're shooting. But I don't understand this. How am I not getting it? I can't get one duck with the gun. Can't get one duck with the gun. Well, I'm going to do the light bulb thing, and then if this doesn't work, then we'll just play some more other games on this thing. Just play some other games. I'm gonna do the light bulb thing. I learned this from the Angry Game Nerd, if anybody's asking. I mean, how else are you supposed to play with this thing, right? Well, I guess that doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. Nope. Ain't getting nothing. So the gun's a bust, man. I mean, I don't know what this gun be good for anyways, man. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what good this gun could be used for. Because I can't get one duck with this gun. Not one. Not one. I can't get one duck. Alright. Well, that was Duck Hunt. The gun portion is absolutely terrible because I think the gun is defective. Or maybe it died or, you know, stopped working over time. You know? Alright, let's go to Super Contra. Well, actually, I don't know why. I'm terrible. I am horrible at Contra. Ah, shoot. Well, this is cool. I mean, it's Contra. You know, Contra's Contra. Unfortunately, I'm horrible at Contra. I mean, just to let you guys know, I play video games leisurely. I don't have the patience or experience at video games like a lot of people do. But I play games leisurely. And I appreciate those out there, you know, who can play games like Contra like this and speedrun them and is able to just do that mindlessly or just has the skill for that. Because I feel like video games, playing video games like that is not, people don't appreciate, you know, those who can actually, who are really skilled at video games. You know, to me that's like, you know, being really great at a video game isn't that isn't like a hobby. To me that's like, there is a lot more out there than just, you know, the video games, than just, oh, they're just games, you know. There is an art to video games, you know, and we have to respect that. And I don't think as society we've yet to, you know, respect that at all. And I know I'm rambling here, but I'm just trying the console out a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and try the Sega Genesis controller. I'm gonna go ahead and try that Sega Genesis one just to see how that works. Because maybe that controller's a little less, Let me reset the console real quick. What the heck? There we go. This music, by the way. Now I'm at the very end for some reason. But what's weird is I can't select anything with the Sega Genesis. Unless if this remote's dead too. But I think, oh, you know what it is? The Sega Genesis controller only acts as a second player controller. I'm trying to look at all the games they have here, but honestly, like, ugh, what's with that sound? Rope Dancer, Jump Bed. Okay, so I think now we're getting into a lot of the bootleg games. Super Brick. Super Brick. I might come back to that one. Steel Stick, Mario Fly. Yeah, I think these are some of the bootleg ones. Donkey Kong Go. And the thing is like, they're all just the same game over and over and over. A lot of them. I mean, when you read, like, 12,000 games, I mean, don't be surprised that all these are bootlegs. Should be Tetris. See how Tetris controls here. Yeah, so the Sega Genesis controller only acts as the second player. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Again, I'm more familiar with Tetris on like Game Boy than I am Tetris on like Nintendo. You know, 'cause I like the Game Boy port of Tetris. More specifically, I really liked Tetris DX on Game Boy Color. That was a really fun game. Oh shoot. There we go. Okay, so now I'm starting to get used to this. So yeah, it's Tetris. I mean, why wouldn't it be? Alright, that's enough of that. I'm starting to get addicted. Alright. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to get addicted to Tetris. I love me some Tetris. Galaga, I guess. Because to be honest, like, playing this, like, there's really not, you know, much I have to say. I mean, it's Galaga. It's Galaga. You know, you can't go wrong with Galaga. Right? Galaga. Oh, shoot. I died. Yeah, I mean, I could do this all day. I mean, but to be honest, like, so far this isn't that terrible. Like, compared to the PBS Kids DVD player, I'd say that this is a slight improvement over that. And slight as in, you know, I could rather put up with, like, you know, a bootleg NES knockoff or Fama clone than I could, like, you know, that PBS Kids DVD player. Only because, like, at least the games work, you know? The games haven't crashed on me. You know, and the games, they run in, like, I think PAL or something like that. But at least they're still functional, you know? The controller isn't the greatest, but it at least is registering my button input okay, you know, for the most part. For the most part, because I hit reset. The menu's terrible. The music's pretty bad, actually, in the menu. Music sounds like Action 52, if anything. I really don't know what I want to play on this thing. The worst part about it, though, is the gun does not work at all. And again, I don't know if that's because of my TV, or that's just because, you know, the gun is faulty. So I don't know. I don't really know the deal on that one. Supposed to throw candy at them. Yeah, as you could tell, I've never played this game. Oh, well, one already got up. Oh, shoot. Ah. You know, I feel bad for really all the millennials that have to grow up on Nintendo. And what I mean by that is Nintendo games, like NES games, are pretty difficult by my standards. They are the kind of games where it's like, as soon as you play them, you realize that you have to just be good at video games, you know? Because back then, there were no save states. There were no, like, yeah, you could call, like, the Nintendo hotline or something, and it's like, oh, well, you know, you could, like, they'll tell you how to play the game better, but really, all it came down to a lot of times was just you had to know how to play the game, you know? And a game like this is obviously, like, in an arcade style, where it's like, okay, you play a video game like this, and it's like, you know, you play a game like this, and it's like, okay, well, you know, this is like an arcade kind of thing, where it's like, I could see this being played on an arcade cabinet. In that same way that, like, PacMan is played, you know? Because you put in, like, quarters just to try to finish the game. Or games like these are mostly about getting a higher score. You know? But obviously that's coming from somebody like, you know, me, who's like Gen Z. So it's like, okay, well, obviously I will never have the same appreciation for these old games as the people before me. Because people like me, you know, I'm sitting up here whining and stuff. I'll probably be sitting up here whining that this is too hard, you know? I mean, in hindsight, this is just how games were back then, you know? Because like I said, I mean, there were no save states back then. If you wanted to play a Nintendo game, you either finish the whole game in one day, or if you were to leave the console on, you just hope that nobody turned it off when you were gone to school or whatever, you know? It's really annoying that you have to hit reset every time. Like I said, the menu is just not the greatest. Hogan's Alley. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what else I want to play. I mean, I think like at this point, maybe I'm just ready to get to some of the bootleg games. Paperboy Sunday. Like, you know, bootleg is in like, they're just mods and hacks of like, you know, some of the other games. Super Brick. I think we're going to do Super Brick, okay? Super Brick. Or, oh, it's Balloon Fight. I'm sorry. There is no Super Brick. It's Balloon Fight. Wow. But it's Balloon Fight. Like, I thought Super Brick was going to be something more amazing. Remember Break a Brick from the TV Go-Go, which was just Breakout? I thought it was going to be something like that. But it's Balloon Fight. Wow, Balloon Fight. Way to deceive me. I'm pretty sure Balloon Fight's already on here. Ah, shoot. Whatever. It's Balloon Fight. Wow. Some game. It's just Balloon Fight. Alright. GalakT. What is this, like a commercial? GalakT. And it's Galaga. It's Galaga. We just played Galaga. We just played Galaga, but it's the same game. GalakT. GalakT. I thought at first there was something to it. I'm gonna have to look up what GalakT is, because it sounds pretty good. I thought it was something from like the UK or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, GalakT. I'm like, oh my gosh, what could GalakT be? But GalakT is just Galaga. It's just Galaga. Okay, it's just Galaga. GalakT is just Galaga. So, I never really talked about the specifics of the buttons on here, because the, essentially, I forgot that this had a turbo button. That's why it has 4 controls on it, kind of like, Alright, well, it's Galaga. GalakT is just Galaga. I feel like I'm being gaslit. Let's see, what's Mario Fly? What's Mario Fly? Oh, Mario Fly is just Super Mario. Mario Fly is just Super Mario. I thought Mario Flies or something. Well, it's just Super Mario. We just played Super Mario earlier. Same game. Same game. Same game. And all around the world is the same song. I'm going to modify that song. I'm going to call it Same Game. You know, I'm going to call that Digital Underground song Same Game. And it's just going to be the same song. That's all it's going to be. And all around the world is the same song. It's just the same song. Like nothing about that song has changed at all. But it's a new, you know, it's new. I mean, could you imagine, like, if Nintendo were to do something like this? They were like, hey, I got this new game. It's called Mario Fly, right? And you're like, oh my god, I can't wait for Mario Fly. You know? They don't even, like, the game is supposed to be so good, they don't even make a trailer or nothing. Nothing. Alright, whatever. Super Mario. Let's see what else we got. What else do we got here? Impregnable Forest. I'm gonna click on that one. What the heck is that? Shoot. I'm trying not to cuss, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm really trying not to cuss in this video, but a couple of words are slipping out here and there. Round 5. What game is this? Oh, this is, forget. Ah, dude, I am terrible at this. But we're on round 5 already. It just starts us off at round 5. Ah, I'm terrible at this. But that was an Impregnable Forest. I thought Impregnable Forest was going to be like some RPG or something. Alright, well, you know what? Let's go a little further onto this whole collection, shall we? With this Action 52 music. Honestly, there's really no real different games here. The games, they're all pretty much the same. And what I mean by that is, like, it looks like I'm going through, like, different screens, but they're all the same game, really. Or at least they all have the same title. Like, it feels like a Flintstones background instead of a game selection screen. You know what I mean? Because this is still Super Mario Brothers. It's still the same Super Mario Brothers that we played earlier. So, I guess this console really only has, like, 30 games. And then the rest repeat, you know? That's pretty misleading. That's misleading. I almost think somebody should sue. So we have NES PacMan here. It's PacMan. Thing about it, the up button I don't think is working all that good here. Because I cannot go up. Okay, well I can go up there. Now I got a ghost chase me. That's great. Ah, great. Wow, I'm pretty terrible at video games. I need to get good at games. I need to get good at video games. Honestly. Like, who am I to, like, criticize this thing? You know, when I'm terrible at video games, can't even play Pac-Man here correctly. Because everybody can beat the first level of Pac-Man. Actually, I have beaten the first level of Pac-Man a couple of times. I don't know what it is about this device. Like, I feel like maybe it's just the controller. I mean, it's weird playing this on, like, an N64 controller. I mean, that'd be like trying to play, like, Astro Bot on a Virtual Boy controller. It just, you know, you can't do that kind of stuff. Or like trying to play Doom on like a Video Now. You know, and not like a Video Now XP. I'm saying Video Now like the old black and white Video Now. Like trying to actually play Doom on that thing. I'm not saying it's not possible. It probably is. But I'm just saying, like, if you were to try to play Doom on a thing that only has like 4 buttons, you know, and you're gonna have to be required to use one of those buttons for left and right, it would probably make for a more miserable game experience. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, you know, as I'm trying to play Pac-Man here, it's really hard for me to play this with the D-pad. I don't know why. The D-pad's not really, like I said, the D-pad's not really comfortable, but the N64 controller itself is not all that great. You know? In hindsight. Alright, that's enough of this. I was almost done, but, you know, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. Because, like I said, I feel like all the games are pretty much all the same. And, you know, I mean, it does have, like, you know, the regular NES classics, you know, that you'd expect. like Super Mario, Tetris, you know. So Danger Zone is Super Contra. You know, and I thought this was going to be Top Gun. But it's a later level of Contra, so whatever. If you didn't want to, if you couldn't beat the other level of Contra, then congratulations. We start off at number 6. We're at, oh shoot. And I'm getting my butt whipped. Oh, great. I gotta tell you, these, like, some of these old Nintendo games have some really good graphics. Like, this is some really good graphics. Look at that thing. Look at those things opening up and trying to eat you. These things are incredible. For, like, Nintendo, like, 8-bit. I mean, you know, these things are incredible. For, like, 8-bit Nintendo. They're like, wow, look at these things. They look scary. Probably gave kids a lot of nightmares. Ah, I died. Well, that's weird. You know what's weird? Okay, now I died. You have to hit reset twice, by the way. I'm gonna try one more game, and then I think I'm going to end this video. Wow, policeman and thief is Paperboy. Policeman and thief is Paperboy. Okay, well, wow. 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 This is really inspiring to me. This is real inspiring to me. See? Ah, they didn't get it. Come on, get the paper. Get the star, Jimmy. Nope. I'm disappointed, though, for, like, a Nintendo bootleg console that they don't have, like Super Mario 3. Like, you know, the later Super Marios. Ah, shoot. Of course there have to be that guy coming in the way. But they don't have, like, you know, Super Mario 3. They don't have, like, what do you call it? Like, the other, like I said, the other Super Marios. The other Contras would have been nice. You know? Like, at least make it a more complete collection. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just getting rid of all these newspapers. Oh, I'm out of newspaper. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna run over your house. You know, hey, don't ever, kids out there, yeah, and I'm just saying, people or kids down on their luck. I don't know if this is still a thing, but don't ever get, like, those jobs. Don't ever sign up for a job where they're telling you to, like, send out newspapers. Like I said, I don't know if that's still a thing, but those jobs are always scams. And those people, you know, they, like, you won't get anything for delivering newspaper. You know, it's pathetic. All right. Die Tomorrow. Wow, Die Tomorrow. This seems like a cursed game. Battle City. Terrific. Stage 92 on Battle City, by the way. So that's all it is. That's all it is. Yeah, I've never played this game, actually, so that's why I'm trying to figure out what to do. I have never played this game. It's funny, I guess the equivalent of Nintendo games for me, playing Nintendo games, are like playing those Flash games on, like, either Newgrounds or, like, cool math games, you know? Which cool math games is still a thing. You know, people still play cool math games, right? Right? But that's kind of what Nintendo games from back in the day remind me of, or games like those, you know, like Flash games. But that's just coming from me. You know, I'm obviously young. You know, I grew up in a post-PlayStation era, you know? So PS2 and, you know, GameCube and all that, you know. I was growing up more with those. And it's not like I didn't play Nintendo. I mean, like, I was lucky enough to have played, you know, Super NES. And I loved Super Mario World on SNES a lot. Because that's always been my favorite Mario game. And I lost. Oh, that's unfortunate. But I don't know how I was supposed to win anyways. Alright, let's jump bed. Oh wow, it's Circus Charlie. Wow, listen to that static. Ah, he died. Ah, tragedy. Tragedy. Come on, Circus Charlie, you could do it. No, you can't. Man. This music on the menu is really, starting to get to me. Oh boy, what's Brick Fighter? Boy, wow, Brick Fighter is Balloon Fight. So it went from Super Brick to Brick Fighter. Is the character's name Brick on this game? Ugh. Oh, that's great. I died. You know what? I think I am done here talking about this thing. Final thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Final thoughts. Let's just go right for it. So yeah, in hindsight, I still can't recommend picking up the Super Joy 3. I know, like, I wasn't as negative on this as I was on, like, the TV Go-Go or, like, the PBS Kids DVD player. But to be honest, like, picking this up is a waste of your time. I mean, there's, like, you know, a bunch of NES bootleg or Famiclones out there, you know. And I didn't even try the cartridge port because I don't have any cartridges, unfortunately. But actually, there were a lot of YouTube videos done on these devices, but they come in all kinds of different, you know, different variations. They come in all kinds of different variations. There's like a gray one, there's like a red one. I think there's some where they don't even come with the gun or something like that. But yeah, the Famiclone portion of it is something I was willing to try. If I ever get like a Famicom cartridge or something like that, maybe in the future I'll try this. You know, just looking at it, I mean, man. But just looking at this, honestly, just felt like it was just kind of a waste of time. I mean, and like I said, like the game portion is limited because there's only really like 30 games on it, and then they just sort of repeat. The only way that they get you is that they keep just, you know, changing the names of the games. Like, oh, it's Super Brick. It'd be like if I just took like a random movie, like let's say Virtuosity over here, and I just called it like Sci-Fi, Pseudo, adventure, you know, and it's just virtuosity, you know, like that. There's no like difference at all in the movie. There's no difference at all in the version. That's what this thing does. Is like they just modified the games. And I mean, I you know, at the very least, it did function. You know, it is semi-playable. You know, it isn't the worst thing in the entire world. I mean, there's like way worse, like, you know, Famiclones out there and NES bootlegs out there, even to this day. You know, God forbid I actually review one of them, but I'll probably will at some point in my entire life. And the actual design of the console itself is just, like, really deceptive. I mean, like, why have this, like, joystick that you can't do anything with? It's just, like, mounted on there. It's like, this is so ridiculous. And I mean, at the very least, what they could have done is, like, okay, if you're going to steal the model from, like, you know, the N64, at least just make this like a unofficial N64 peripheral or controller, you know? Like, I mean, you look at this and it's like, it doesn't look like a terrible way to play an N64, but honestly, you know, because I mean, it feels like an N64 controller without this stupid port in the back. But honestly, and that was the other thing about it, it's like, you know, why would you, like, why would you have this port where the games go when you actually have to play with this like this, you know? So it feels kind of weird and uncomfortable. It's a quite uncomfortable controller, and they couldn't use a worse controller to use than the N64 controller. And playing these games, these old Nintendo games with the N64 controller is just kind of, you know, just kind of ridiculous anyways. I mean, like, the thing is like an NES controller's got like the D-pad and the 2B buttons and the start and select. But yeah, I mean, I know I'm just rambling here, but to be honest, yeah, this is not worth your time. I mean, here's the thing. Like, if you're interested, pick this up for like $3 or something like that, you know, because it does work. But it's also just one of those things where it's like, it's just not really anything special to it except for the Famicom thing back here. And I'm pretty sure it's Famicom and not NES. If it is NES, I'd be interested to try this in the future. But yeah, that's a review of the Super Joy 3, and it's got a strong scent to it, like the TV Go-Go. It just smells like it's stinking up the whole place, but, you know, that's just me. So yeah, I guess I'll give this device a 2 out of 5. 2.5 out of 5, I guess, if I had to give it a rating. You know, because like I said, it still has, like, Super Mario and Contra. You know, don't make way for, like, any other Nintendo games like Metroid and Zelda, but... you know, at the very least, you know, you get that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to lower my rating. And I'll tell you why. Because the gun didn't work. The gun, at least as far as I know, it doesn't work. So yeah, I'm actually going to give this a 1.5. Just because the gun didn't work. And the gun, like, the light detection on it was bad. So yeah, actually, you know what? 1.5. I changed my mind. I'm a little too forgiving a lot of times, and honestly, I'm a little more forgiving on this. I think because, like I said, that PBS Kids DVD player was just so hectic to, like, you know, mess around with, and it was just so, like, kind of, you know, like, deceptive to play with. And I think, like, because I spent $60 on it, I expected a lot more from it, and because it's PBS, something like this, you don't expect really anything from. So, you know, looking at this, it's like, okay, this is, like, cheap and faulty and whatever, but, you know, it's like, what do I expect? I only paid $12 for it, and, you know, like, I mean, again, there's certain features I can't test out because I'm limited in that regard, but, you know, actually playing it and getting to work, okay, it worked, but at the same time, the gun didn't work, and the Sega Genesis controller only acts as a second player controller, which is actually quite frustrating because after a while, it does become kind of annoying to play this. I mean, because literally this is just a console. So, yeah, 1.5. That's what I give this thing, a 1.5, and that's me being nice. If I were a lot more meaner, I'd actually probably destroy this thing. But to be honest, like, I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. It's just another piece of plastic that's just going to rot in the future of Trevin Reed. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and thank you all for the continuous support of, like, that, you know, the PBS Kids videos and stuff. I read all the comments, so, you know, that stuff means a lot to me, and I'm glad to at least have put this video out, you know, out there, and hopefully somewhere in the future I'll put out another video. Again, you know, it'll be probably like another 8 years before you see me, so please stay tuned, but just don't hold your breath. Adios.
PBS Kids!